Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I'm going to be teaching you guys the fastest way to making $5,000 online within 60 to 90 days of implementing this strategy. I'm going to be sharing with you guys today. You can expect to make first $5,000 online. Now this is for beginners obviously because it's $5,000 and it's going to take you, as I said, 60 to 90 days. If you are experienced in making money online, this may not be the best strategy to go with. You're probably looking to make anywhere from $20, $30 to $50,000 a month. But this is for new beginners who haven't made any amount of money online previously and they are looking to get into the online money making sphere and scaling from there. So the first thing you need to do in order to make money online is lead flow. You need traffic. You need people to know who the fuck you are, because if people do not know who you are, quite frankly, no one's gonna buy shit from you because they don't know you. You might as well have the best product or the best service on the planet. No one's gonna fucking buy it because they don't know you exist. So in order for you to make sales, for you to sell those products or services, you need people to know you. And the best way to go about generating lead flow is through organic content, paid ads, and influencer marketing. Now, all three of them, they work phenomenal. It just depends on what sort of individual you are. Some people prefer organic content. It does take quite a bit of time for you to get the results with organic. It takes about a year to 3 years for you to properly build a decent amount of following. But after you've built that decent amount of following, sales is easy at that point, but it does take a while. Paid advertising, this is the fastest way to go about it. If you have a little bit of capital to burn at the beginning, you need speed, you don't want to waste time. Paid ads is the best way to go about it. Influencer marketing is basically partnering up with an influencer, a micro influencer, someone who typically has anywhere from 10,000 followers to 100,000 followers. Those individuals are known as micro influencers. So what you would do is partner up with that influencer. You would sell your service, or you give them license to sell your service and products to their audience. In exchange, you run the operations, the fulfillment. You give them a link and they make sales through that link. At the end of each month, depending on the amount of sales they made, they get a commission. Typically for such partnership, it's anywhere between 15 to 25%, sometimes 30% if you sell really low ticket stuff or mid ticket stuff. But if your product or service is on the higher end of things, you can expect on average 15 to 25% in terms of commission. So for instance, if you sell $1,000 product or $1,000 service at 25%, that is what? That's $250. At 20%, that's $200. But you did not have to get the client yourself. You did not have to do the marketing. If you're an introvert, you don't want to record videos. You don't want your content out there. You don't want people to know who you are. This is the best way to go in about it, and it is really efficient. It utilizes the advantages of paid advertising as well, utilizes the advantages of organic content marketing if you had decided to do content marketing yourself, but you get best of both worlds basically. So these are the three fastest ways to getting lead flow. As I said, organic content marketing, paid advertising, and influencer marketing. Step number 2, problem identification. Now you have a significant amount of people to sell to. You have to identify a common problem those people have, right? So this is the best way to go about launching a service or product. Is do not launch a product or a service first. Get an audience to sell that product or service to, see what the common denomination in terms of problem is, then launch a solution in the form of a service or a product for that problem. This is the fastest way to making a shit ton of money, because you never know. If you were to launch a service you thought people wanted but they don't want it, you lost. You spent a lot of time probably planning the service, probably working the operations and the fulfillment strategy and structure and all of that. If it's a product, probably ideation. If it's an e-com product, you probably got a couple samples of that product to test with, so you spent a little bit of money. But this situation where you have the audience to sell to, you make sure they have a problem, you ask all of them the problem, you see the most common denomination of problem, right? Because not all of them is going to have the same problem, but the most agreed upon problem in that audience sphere is what you would launch your product or service as a solution for. That is step number 2. Step number 3 is solution. Like I said, you want a solution for the problem, so you launch your service as a solution to that problem. It can also be a product depending on the problem. So you just have to be smart about it and strategic about it. That way you understand the problem first, then gear your skill set towards that service or problem solution. Step number 4, sales. Obviously, to make sales, if you want fast sales, you may not require qualification, but if you want to scale a business, right? If you want to sell the product and service to different sort of people at different price points, you will require qualification. So basically what qualification does is it's a questionnaire you ask to a prospect or a potential buyer. You ask them the current problem, how the problem is currently affecting them on a daily basis, to what degree, and you basically lay out the solution, tell them how the solution could potentially help them on a daily basis, and you basically qualify them and by asking how much will you be willing to pay for this solution, right? If it's a service or a product. Some people would be willing to pay $500, some people would be willing to pay $1,000, others would be willing to pay upwards of $5,000. So during the qualification, you could potentially increase your profit margin just by adding qualification to the process. Now again, this is mostly for higher ticket product or services. If it's low ticket product or services, less than $100, don't even worry about it. $500, 50-50, but if it's over $1,000, I would totally emphasize you qualify your prospects, because some people you could sell for a little bit cheaper and you get the sale. Others you sell for way more and you add more money to the table, right? So that's the best way to go about it. So yeah, these are the 4 steps to apply right at this moment. If you apply these steps, obviously it's going to take a little bit of time. If you're doing content marketing, like I said, it would take ideally 1 to 3 years to get a decent amount of audience base, typically 10 to 15,000 followers. But if you go hard mode over the next 60 to 90 days, post the content every single day, actual valuable content, not just any random content, dancing or going to the gym or cooking. That's not content. You have to post educational video, teaching someone something they did not know. If it's from a skill set you already have, that'll be much more ideal, right? You don't want to teach stuff you don't know or you do not understand. So that's the fastest way to go about it. And this is a quick visualization that shows what it looks like. So as I said, lead flow, this comes in the form of organic content marketing, paid advertising, influencer marketing. And influencer marketing, as I said, is best for e-com products. You're selling typically clothing, items, stuff like that. Everything in the product category is best for influencer marketing if you want to go fast. So the next step is problem identification. You identify the problem from the potential prospects pool you have, and you release a solution at a service or a product as an answer to that problem, right? So it goes to the next step, solution presentation. You present your solution, which is your service, your product. You present it to the market. You're like, hey, I have this currently taking 12 people over the next week to implement this solution into their personal life, if it's a life-related product or service, or into their business, if it's a business-related problem or service, and you just present the offer to the market and qualify. As I said, it's not for low ticket product or services, it's mostly for high ticket product or services. Sometimes you could get away with it in mid ticket product or services, but mostly for high ticket product or services. As you qualify, you make the sale, rinse and repeat. Do this process as is over the next 60 to 90 days. Implement it online, on Instagram, on Facebook, on YouTube, on LinkedIn, on X.com, formerly Twitter. If you implement this strategically, choose whichever form of lead flow, you will grow whatever business you want to grow from $0 to $5,000 within 60 to 90 days. Afterwards, you can scale far beyond $5,000. But that first initial time buffer is from going from not being known to actually having a small pool of people who actually know you. Then obviously people know you, you get testimonials, you get case studies, put it on the website, use that to sell more deals, close more clients in the future. Let me know what you guys think about this video in the comment section below. Thumbs up if you like it, thumbs down if you dislike it. I'm gonna catch you guys in the next video. Peace.